Do you guys know on what this is? That's right, we're gonna talk about it. Welcome back to the Moose Mobile Auto Repair channel. And so today I wanted to discuss about this. And this is the scissors jack, in case you guys don't know. So the scissors jack is designed specifically and only for emergency purposes, for putting on the spare tire and removing the spare tire. Now vehicles typically came with a compact or full-sized spare tires, and they also included the jack and the lug wrench and the tool to raise and to lower the jack. So this is only designed for installing and removing the spare tire for emergency purposes. So now on most older vehicles, they came with the spare tire and the accessories along with it. And so lately I've been seeing people using so I had to stop the video. I was just talking to a neighbor just now. So I was saying that most older vehicles, is not the one in recent times, but maybe 10 years ago or so, the manufacturers included either a compact or a full-size spare along with the accessories. And so lately I've been seeing people using the scissors jack to actually work on the vehicle, and that's not safe. Please don't use the scissors jack to work on your vehicle or to do a full tire swap. It was not designed for that purpose. The scissors jack was strictly only designed for the purpose of an emergency, to change a flat tire out and to install the spare, and then that's it. It's not designed for you to stay working on the vehicle and working underneath the vehicle. I've seen too many people getting injured and or killed because they use the scissors jack to work on the vehicle. Typically you should be using a hydraulic jack, and then along with jack stands to support the vehicle safely. Now this particular one, it's all mechanical. This is not hydraulic, but the issue with this is, as you open it up all the way to the full height, is going to be less stable. So the stability is not there when you are raising the vehicle with that. So although it's mechanical, the mechanical portion, typically it will not fail, but the issue with the design that is too tall, and the surface area that covers the ground, so it's not very good, and it's very easy for the scissors jack to tip over. And once that happens, the vehicle falls down. It's only designed for changing the spare tire, and that's it. So I appreciate all of the do-it-yourselfers and people who are working on their own cars because they want to learn and to save money at the same time, and that's perfectly good. I really appreciate and congratulate you guys, but however, you should be staying on the safe side. You will need to spend some bucks to get a proper jack to raise the vehicle, and a pair of jack stands to work either on the front or the rear end, or depending if you want the vehicle lifted up on all four wheels. So use a hydraulic jack along with jack stands, and then that's a whole lot safer. I made this video because I was reminded by somebody in the comments. They said, thank you for not using the scissors jack. So I really appreciate that comment, because that gave me the idea to make this video. And also it's because that I've seen some people in the past. And one time I saw one guy using three scissors jacks to support the front end of his van, and there was no floor jacks or jack stands in place, and that's extremely dangerous. So the scissors jack came specified, tailor-made to your vehicle, and there's only one. So it's only designed for that weight capacity. And so seeing that guy had three different scissors jacks, it was not designed for the weight capacity of his vehicle, on whatever the vehicle was. Now, I do know that they sell scissors jacks at the store with different weight capacities, but that's only designed for changing the spare tire. It's not really designed to, like, you can still use it to lift the vehicle up, but you need to place a jack stand in place. Now, if you use that to lift the vehicle, technically you can use it to lift the vehicle up on the one wheel, on the one side, but you will need to place a jack stand and then lower the scissors jack to have the vehicle to sit on the frame, or on the pinch wells, on wherever the design of the vehicle is. So this video is strictly a reminder to be safe and to use the proper equipment when you are working on your vehicle. So I wanted to discuss about other things further as to why vehicle manufacturers decided to put the spare tire in, and why they also decided to remove the spare tire in recent years. So first off, this one that I have is rated 1,000 kilograms. That's the maximum safe working load is 1,000 kilos. Having said that, you want to make sure that the surface that you are working on is a hard and leveled, somewhat of a leveled surface. Doesn't have to be 100% leveled, but it cannot be too much inclined. So you want to make sure that you have a safe, hard and leveled surface to work on when you are using this the emergency scissors jack or the service jack. So in recent years, and even well before that, vehicle manufacturers have removed either the compact or the full-sized spare tire out of vehicles these days, strictly because of the strict standards that were mandated by the EPA for fuel and emissions. So the manufacturers have been mandated to meet strict federal emissions and fuel economy. They must meet certain fuel economy and emissions standards. The reason why they removed it is not only because of that, but is also because that on some vehicles, the hybrid, and like on hybrids and electric vehicles, the battery pack is in the way, and so there's no room to have a spare tire along with the accessories in there, and so they removed it completely altogether. And sometimes they will include something like run flat tires, so that if there's a puncture in the tire, you can go a certain distance before the tire goes completely flat. And so on other other manufacturer vehicles, they have also, for the ones that have eliminated the spare tire completely, they included a sealer, a tire sealant in a can. I just had an airplane go by just now. I was saying that they include the tire sealant in a can to fill the tire up with sealant. If you get a nail or whatever, a flat tire, that can of sealant can seal the tire a majority of times, but not all the time. And so they include that instead of using the compact spare or the full-size spare tire. And another reason is that the manufacturers know that people, a lot of people, there's still a lot of people out there that don't know on how to put on a spare tire, and so there's been a higher number of service calls for the towing companies like CAA or AAA, and so a lot of people they just call the tow truck instead to tow the vehicle to the shop and to have the tire replaced or fixed over there, and so that completely eliminates the need of having a spare tire in the vehicle, because a majority of people these days they don't want to change the spare tire, so they just have the vehicle towed instead. So now it's becoming a growing problem these days because there's no backup. There's no backup in case if you get a flat tire and then you will be stranded in the middle of nowhere, especially if it's like a long weekend or something and there isn't anything that's nearby. There's no way to put on a spare tire from there unless you have like a quick patch kit for emergencies to patch on the outside, and hopefully that saves the day so that you can temporarily drive the vehicle. And so the issue today is that the people are getting stupider and cars are getting smarter, and so the vehicles have to compensate for the people's stupidity, because there will be no reason for all of this technology. Although the technology is for to keep you safer and to keep things safe, but there's a lot of stuff that's on vehicles today that are not really needed. It's just that people are too stupid these days, and so all this technology is there because of the growing number of collisions and whatnot, like fender benders and things like that, and so because there's a growing number of collisions on cars, manufacturers have been trying very hard to implement such technologies to make it safer for them. Things like the blind spot monitoring system, the rear view camera, the backup camera, and things like that. There's other things as well, but I really don't want to get too much in detail. It does make things a little easier for driving, but it's not completely necessary. And so it's because most people these days, I guess, I don't know if you can say that they don't know how to drive, but it's just I understand that things happen and that's life, but it's just too frequent of an occurrence that there's always like collisions and things like that. And so that's why vehicle manufacturers have implemented all of these technologies. And having said that, this is also the reason why insurance prices have gone up and getting more expensive, and vehicles are getting more expensive because of the complex technology that's built into them. So one other thing I wanted to mention is the compact spare tire. It's only designed to go at a maximum speed of 80 kilometers an hour, which is 50 miles. And it's only designed to be driven the distance up to 80 kilometers maximum, 50 miles. Do not go any more than that, due for safety, because the speed rating is rated at 80 kilometers. I live here in Canada, so we don't go by miles, but 80 kilometers or 50 miles. And so I've seen people drive on the spare tire for months and months and months. I've seen several cars before, especially in my area, where the customer had the spare tire on for well over a year and still driving on the spare tire. And so I saw that spare tire until I didn't see that spare tire. So I don't know what happened to them. I think there was one particular instance. Somebody was driving an older, like, Mazda vehicle, and the spare tire is color coded. The rim is color coded in yellow. So every time I passed by, the spare tire was still on that vehicle, and they were driving that vehicle pretty much every single day. And so it's not safe to keep driving on the spare tire. You're going to have a high risk of a blowout. But I've seen people drive spare tires for quite some time, but you can only go ever so far on that until it gives out. There has been some tests that I've seen before where somebody probably went 900 or maybe up to 1,000 kilometers at most on the same compact spare tire. I'm not talking about the full-size spare. The full-size spare is, I believe, is different unless it says the word temporary on it. So you have to watch out for that. On the compact spares, it'll always say a temporary spare on it to signify that it's only for emergency purposes. It was only and strictly designed to get you to a nearby shop or somewhere to get your vehicle serviced. It's not designed to keep driving around in circles all day long. So I think that's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to give it a like, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day and take care.